Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you an unnamed punk band.
I was born in the underground of a world ripped in two. I gave the caverns a run around. Now I'm coming for you. Enemies and adversaries try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I tell ya. Try and tear me down.
I rose up from my irrelevance, like Lazarus from the pit. I dare you high blood to take a stab and decorate me with blood, graffiti, and spit. Enemies and adversaries try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I tell ya. Try and tear me down.
Millennia ago, about 10,000 sweeps, her imperious condescension rose to power. The world was divided by the color of our blood, and the warmer bloods became the most hated people of all. Reviled, belittled, spit upon. They say the castes are set in stone, but one day it will be gone, and we can stand upon the pile of its wreckage. Ladies and gentlemen, we will break that stone and stand with you in the divide between blue and bronze, oppression and freedom, rich and poor, flush and pitch. And you can try to tear us down, but before you do, you must remember one thing.
Listen, there really ain't any difference between a bronze and a teal. They're telling you otherwise, just remember, nothing they tell you is real.
Enemies and adversaries try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I tell ya. Try and tear me down. Enemies and adversaries try and tear me down. You want me, baby, I tell ya. Try and tear me down.
From Everdam to Highfield City. Hello, Outglut. Hello, Troll Jersey.
What? You want to try and tear us down?
Come on and tear. Come on and tear me down.
Thank you everyone for coming tonight. We are we really still unnamed?
Well, you shot down Slappers and the Slappers, so I thought we were going with the bad subjects.
Just forget about it. We're on stage.
We are unnamed because that makes it harder for the Empire to track us.
Exactly. Speaking about the Empire and security, before we begin, I just want to give a huge hand to our security girl back there, Elward. If any drones come around, just remember, we're not a band, we're a drug cartel.
If you are looking for anything like that, she can hook you up with literally anything. But we're telling you now, you're gonna want to be lucid for this one.
All right, now let's get this show.
Ahem.
Of course. How could I forget? Everyone, give a huge hand to our stage manager, Tagora. Why is he here again?
He just wanted to help. It's not like he's hurting anyone.
Well, if that's all, let's get this show started. So, most of you probably know us by our music, but none of you truly know us. We keep writing songs about tearing down the Empire and building a better future, but how can we do that unless we truly know each other? We're gonna start with an easy one. Most of you all know about me. Or more likely, you know a certain persona of mine. A certain persona that these guys keep telling me was hot garbage.
It's not an anonymous persona if they can see your sign, idiot.
Shut up. Anyway, what most of you don't know was that I wasn't doing too hot before that. I don't know if any of you know what the indie scene is like from the inside, but it fucking sucks. Especially if you're a low blood. The music industry is a bark beast eat bark beast world, and if you're lower than cerulean or indigo, you're basically kibble. I tried to make it work for a few sweeps, scraping together cash from a handful of unreliable gigs and the few pennies I could get from Slaughterfly listens, but the most it got me was one dangerously obsessive fan. Oh shit, that reminds me. Tagora, you put Zebra Kodak on the do not enter list, right?
Yes, he's on the list I gave to the bouncer. What do you take me for? Some unreliable dolt? Stop interrupting your own show.
Right. Yeah, you can tell this one fan left a pretty bad impression on me. Well, anyway, wasn't doing too hot at this point. It just seemed like low-blood indie folk wasn't the genre people wanted. Or at least it wasn't until it was sung by a high blood. Yeah, that's right. High bloods love to sing songs written by dirt bloods like me. Especially if they're written by me. It's pretty hard to catch in the act since they won't let anyone lower than teal into a lot of the better venues, but one time, when I was packing up after a set I was just kicked off of, I heard it. A purple lead band singing a song I wrote. I guess rage just took over me or something, because the next thing I knew I'd stormed on stage and started a rap battle with a fucking purple blood. And the crowd loved it. I'd never had an audience response like that before, so I did it again. And again. I started storming high blood concerts on the regular, challenging them to rap battles and disappearing before anyone could lay a finger on me. Before I knew it, I'd made a name for myself. I had more Slaughterfly listens than ever before, and I was performing for crowds larger than I could have dreamed. Well, they were technically coming out to see the guys I was rap battling, but that's whatever. I was on top of the world.
I let you get away with thinking you're the cure. I think I'm in too deep, it's time to pull the cord. I'm sick and tired of your shit, I'm getting bored. I'm glad you'll see the day I tear down the walls. I won't settle, you are never gonna hold me down. So toxic, you ain't nothing but a prick. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Never, you are never gonna live this down. Life's too short, I can't take it anymore. I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Don't you get sick of only hearing your own voice? You talk like you're so damn tough, but you're just a little boy. You like to think you broke the mold, but now I'm sure you'll crack just like the rest when I break your fucking jaw. I won't settle, you are never gonna hold me down. So toxic, you ain't nothing but a prick. I'm the best thing that never happened to you. Never, you are never gonna live this down. Life's too short, I can't take it anymore. I'm the best thing that never happened to you. Ooh, ooh, I won't settle. You ain't never gonna hold me down. So toxic, dick, you ain't nothing but a prick. I'm the best thing that never happened to you. Never, never, never. You ain't never gonna live this down. Life's too short, I can't take it anymore. I'm the best thing that never happened to you.
My whole life had been leading up to this. It almost felt too good to be true. And, well, that's because it was. Half a sweep. I spent half a sweep interrupting concerts and spitting in the faces of high-blood performers, and the drones didn't touch me once. For a while, I thought it was because of my mask. They can't catch who they can't identify, right? But as these guys love to remind me, it, wasn't that good of a disguise.
It still looked pretty dope, though.
Thanks for that. And even ignoring that, any purple blood on the planet could have plucked me off the stage and beaten me to a pulp at any time. So why didn't they? Was I just that good? Did they genuinely want me interrupting their concerts? Well, yeah, actually. They did want me interrupting them. Because to them, I was the cutest thing they ever laid eyes on. Fans wanted me to storm their shows because their fans would get to see the cute little shitblood trying to rap. I was a novelty. Nothing more than a bark beast who's been trained to jump through a hoop. So I stopped. I was back at square one, but this was different. It's one thing to scrape by on nothing when you feel like you have the whole world ahead of you. It's another thing to have a taste of success, but learn it meant nothing. That I meant nothing.
Tell me I should help myself. Do what, motherfucker? What the hell do you want me to do? I'm floating on an ice cap with 3 broken fingers, and I'm never taking second in life. I'd sooner sink myself, plunge into the ocean, and just watch my dreams all melt, then feed you unconfident melodies. I'd sooner give it all away than only just give half of me. It's all or nothing. Either I'm worth it or not. Either I'm talented or full of shit at once. I've given all I've got. If there's still not enough rope to tie the anchor to the boat, well, I'll use that rope, and the rest can just float. Well, I'll use that rope, and the rest can just float. I wish we could evaporate, leave behind all the greed and the lust and the death we create. All like my violin, an empty shell with broken streams warping over time. Sooner float away, live until like a dream and capricious as the wind, then wake up and die a bit and go to sleep to do it all again. It's the game no one can win. It's all or nothing. Either I'm worth it or not. Either I'm talented or full of shit at once. I've given all I've got. If there's still not enough rope to tie the anchor to the boat, well, I'll use that rope, and the rest can just float. Well, I'll use that rope, and the rest can just float. all the shitty ones have given all I've got. If there's still not enough rope to tie the anchor to the boat, well, I'll use that rope and the rest can just float. Well, I'll use that rope and the rest can just float.
I didn't stop performing, of course. I mean, what else was I supposed to do? Suddenly become a farmhand in the last half sweep before Ascension? I might as well ride this one out before I'm shot into space to die in some war I don't care about. So I keep booking small, low-paying venues, and along the way I end up playing at a warehouse show that's housing some underground rebel meeting. Out of all the performances I've done, all the times I've interrupted some big shot purple in the middle of a set, this was the time the drones came. And, well, the rest is history.
Chixie ended up hiding in the same corner we were, and we all got to talking. I actually only met Tizzy's for the first time that night, too.
Dar and I were trying to meet more people that wanted to make a meaningful change. Never thought going to that concert that night would lead me to start playing this thing.
We were sheltered in the basement of the warehouse for a while, a few hours at least. I started playing one of my super old songs to pass the time, one I actually wrote for an old friend of mine. I started playing it, and these guys started singing along. It had been so long, I forgot what it was like to make music with other people.
Inevitably you influence me. We are young and chlorinated, laughing as we flee security. This feels safe and free and faded, too aware that there are bones among the weeds, lying underneath the rubble of everything that we were meant to be in our picture perfect bubble. But I'm not anybody's muse of purity, and you're no problem child or cautionary tale. And I'm not innocent and you're not guilty, but we'll both be punished by the howling wind and hail before this ends. The world is not a friend to girls in love, and I keep trying to write, but the world's not kind to girls in love. They bend my wings and keep me under glass, try to understand my beauty. Say you have to live up to your class. It's a privilege and your duty, but they will never know what we possess. Strange attractors, we are fractal, and with Schrodinger's devotion in my chest, I'm a quantum chain reactor, and you're not venison to be consumed, and I am not some armless marble carving to admire, and we are not red roses to be cut before we bloom, and we are not the virgin victims for their sacrificial fire to the gods. Against all odds, we're girls in love, and the storm is on its way, 'cause the world's not made for girls in love. So batten down the hatches, arm the cannons, grab your cutlass, set the compass. We are sailing for a future where there's gentleness and justice. You don't have to fight or pay a price or pray you gave enough, and the lighthouse always shines for girls in love. For girls in love.
There's something so powerful about multiple voices singing together. When you're alone, even the smallest inconvenience can crush you. But when there's 3 other voices beside you, it almost feels like you can make a real difference.
Yeah, sure. Make a difference. What a fucking joke. Do any of you have any idea what it's like to work in the caverns? Empire tells us we're the future. Everyone else sees us as this big mystery. Do you know what we really do? Oh yeah. We watch grubs shit themselves all night. Real glamorous stuff. Because life as a Jade is all about one thing. Pre-fucking determination. Maybe you were hatched onto a path. I was hatched at the Empress' damn destination. I spent my whole life learning how to be a perfect little Jade blood. I might not have been born with a stick up my nook like Tysius and the Teals. Hey! But I've been part of this thing my whole life. And do you have any idea how long I've waited for something to change? My whole life! You know how bad this place is, because you see how the grub sausage gets made. And what are you supposed to even do about it?
Tell me about it.
And the worst part is, the cavern matrons try and trick you into believing this is good for you. That they care about you, and they want what's best for you. I even believed it when I was younger. But not anymore, Branya. You can go shove your stupid, injured grubs up your fucking waist chute.
Don't you see? You're exactly what I don't want to be. Honestly, you're a walking, talking Jade blood tragedy. Can't believe that I almost thought this was right for me. Can't believe that I almost thought you cared about me. I'm so glad that I woke up. I'm sick of living under your thumb. I'm so glad that I woke up. I don't really care about your stupid brooding caverns. I should say that you're kind of a dictator in a way. You're to blame. You're the constant source of misery and pain. What a shame that you're so stuck up. I know you won't change. Out of frame. No, I don't believe you cared about me. Won't be stuck here drowning. I'm so glad that I woke up. I'm sick of living under your thumb. I'm so glad that I woke up. I don't really care about your stupid brooding caverns. I don't really care about your stupid brooding caverns. You think that you're so clever, why you scared of looking so dumb? I don't really think you're fit to run the brooding caverns. We were getting closer, you should know that I am so done. I don't really care about you. No, I don't really care about you. You're self-obsessed and all the rest, and Branya, I'm so over it. I'm so glad that I woke up. I'm sick of living under your thumb. I'm so glad that I woke up. I don't really care about your stupid brooding caverns. I'm so glad that I woke up. I'm sick of living under your thumb. I'm so glad that I woke up. I don't really care about your stupid brooding caverns.
But I guess it wasn't all bad. If you want to count messy-ass quadrant drama as positive.
Ooh, I'm interested.
Malik, shut up. It's not your turn.
What? I got caught up in the storytelling.
You already knew about this. We rehearsed it like 20 times.
I wasn't paying attention.
You know how it is when you get feelings for someone that are, complicated? Maybe one day you're working with the highest strung Jade in the caverns? Maybe one day you realize she's kinda cute?
Wait, she's talking about Lanera?
She's obviously talking about Lanera. Shut the fuck up.
Again, we rehearsed this.
Like, one day she makes your blood fucking boil. But also you wanna kiss her? And before you know it, you're bitch. And that's new and exciting, and you can't get enough of it. You don't mind doing all the bullshit grub sitting anymore, because you can spend time with her. And then, you realize one day, you don't really hate her so much as you just You just kind of like her now.
Oh, I'm Mr. Misery. I've been a mess since you stayed. I've been a wreck since you changed. Don't let me get in your way. I miss the lies and the pain, the fights that keep us away. Hey, hey, I'm telling you, I miss the bad things, the way you hate me. Miss the screaming, the way that you blame me. Miss the phone calls when it's your fault. Miss the late nights, don't miss you at all. I like the kick in the face and the things you do to me. I like the way that it hurts. I don't miss you, I miss the misery. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've tried, but I just can't take it. I'd rather fight than just fake it. 'Cause I like it rough. You know that I've had enough. I dare you to call my bluff. Can't take too much of a good thing. I'm telling you, I miss the bad things, the way you hate me. I miss the screaming, the way that you blame me. Miss the phone calls when it's your fault. Miss the late nights, don't miss you at all. I like the kick in the face and the things you do to me. I love the way that it hurts. I don't miss you, I miss the misery. Just know that I'll make you hurt. I miss the lies and the pain, what you did to me. When you tell me you'll make it worse, I'd rather find out than watch your TV. I hate that feeling inside. You tell me how hard you'll try, but when we're at our worst, I miss the misery. I miss the bad things, the way you hate me. I miss the screaming, the way that you blame me. I miss the rough sex, leaves me a mess. I miss the feeling of pains in my chest. Miss the phone calls when it's your fault. Miss the late nights, don't miss you at all. I like the kick in the face and the things you do to me. I love the way that it hurts. I don't miss you, I miss the misery. I don't miss you, I miss the misery. Don't miss you, I miss the misery.
Too bad none of that lasted. So you're all here now too. Might as well make my pain a spectacle, otherwise I'm just feeling it alone. I get done with my shift, and I haven't seen Linera the whole time. So, of course, I go to look for her, because I'm finally gonna tell her how I feel. I found her. Her and Branya. Off in the corner of the cavern library. Not exactly hard to figure out what was happening, even if they did have most of their clothes still on. But hey! No big deal, right? Not like I ever got the chance to tell her how I really felt.
I want to burn down all her picket fences. I want to desecrate her thickest defenses. So it means nothing when our people are dying. You spend all your time drinking, fucking, and lying. I'm all alone with my mind, and it hates me. Keeps me up at night and then sedates me. I'd burn the world if it would keep me warm. 'Cause we all know it's beyond rainfall. I'm another body in another casket. I'm another body in another casket. I'm another body in another casket. Question burns my tongue, but I cannot ask it, 'cause I'm just a body in another casket. I swear if I hear one more bullshit excuse of how my leaving led to your letting loose, don't try to lie, 'cause we all know I'm too small. Save your sympathy, drive a stake right through my heart. I'm another body in another casket. I'm another body in another casket. I'm another body in another casket. Throwing out my heart in a rusty basket. She was just a body in another casket. I might be trapped in your graveyard of lies, but I'll never be the girl who cries. You shouldn't be here with a smile on your face, and I shouldn't be in this awful place. But I'm another body in another casket. I'm another body in another casket. I am another body in another casket. We all die, but a warmer fuck will mask it. We are just a body in another casket. In another casket.
Doesn't fucking matter. I know where I stand. I'm good for a pitch fling, but it'll never be anything more. Fucking delusional to think I'd be anything more.
That's not true!
Excuse me? What the fuck?
Did you ever bother to ask us about this?
Well, no, fuck. But like, you didn't exactly make it unclear.
That is so stupid! Branya, tell her how stupid that is.
Daraya, I think that maybe we need to...
All you needed to do was talk to us.
Daraya, I think that...
I love you, you stupid jerk.
Okay. Maybe you three should take this backstage.
Just hold on, everyone. The show will be back on in a second. Help me keep them entertained.
Me? I gotta go back there and make sure my Moirail doesn't do something she regrets.
Shit.
I don't know, maybe, Tagore, get up here.
Is it my time to shine? Do you need me to pull out the special effects?
I don't care what you do, just do something to keep them satiated.
Good evening, people of Outglut's Rust District. You suck. We're all in for quite a treat.
Get off the fucking stage!
You may have come here for punk, but tonight, I'll be giving you all a taste of the ancient Alternian art of rap.
Fuck you!
Everyone shut the fuck up! Oh, and my Cash App is at Better Call Gorgor if you're so inclined to donate. You like that? I wrote it. You hit that? I own it. Coming in hard trying to steal my spot, just grab my bulge and deep throat it. Paint your claws red, paint your mouth brown, acting like you know what it's like down here on the ground. But it's imitation. I got no expectation. This is your final station. You aren't gonna hit higher than this collaboration.
What the fuck is that? Gorjek?
You hypeless walk up on stage with no cares, with your shirt on backwards and your unwashed hair. No one told you how bad you suck. You know they wouldn't dare. All the haters get cold, you know, it's just not fair. Did you hear that? Saw it on Cheddar that a lot of you won't shut up. You keep fighting about who's better. If you just stop for a minute, you would see you can write your own shit instead of stealing from me. But it's your own lack of talent, I bet, that led you to steal my whole goddamn set.
That's my fucking song! Someone get that bastard off the stage!
So kill me, call the drones. It won't change a bit of what they all know. When you're a thief, what do you expect? I beat you all square. Hey, show some respect.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
Okay, intermission is over. Get off the stage. Sorry about that. He's a lot. He kind of forced me to bring him along. Thought stage managing a rebel concert would be good showmaster practice or something. Yeah. That little 5'1" twink is a future Legis Corpus showmaster, set to ascend in about a perigee. Alongside me, future Legis Corpus investigative legislacerator. You guys are probably all wondering what all these fucking cops are doing on stage at a rebel concert. And, well, I can't speak for Tagora, but I wouldn't care less if every active Legis Corpus employee dropped dead tomorrow. I didn't always think that way, though. Believe it or not, I used to actually have faith in the system. I didn't think the hemospectrum was good, of course, but I thought maybe if a different set of people were running the show, it would all be better. Can you believe that I thought a few legal reforms would be enough to cancel out millennia of caste-based suppression? That I, personally, could alleviate the suffering of the entire low-blood population if I could just convince the old fucks in space to try out defense trials? That I could even persuade them in the first place? This wasn't even that long ago. You were spouting this shit when we first met. You see? I was corrupting the younger generation with my blind optimism in the system. Hey, I'm not that much younger than you. I spent every waking hour studying my ass off, trying to crack the system. If I could just make a good enough argument to the higher-ups, make them understand that maybe killing lower bloods for crimes that shouldn't even be crimes doesn't make any sense, then maybe they'd let me change something. But, of course, the fucks up on the Justitia don't actually care about justice. They just want to be entertained.
All that was done wrong. Promised I would make real change. Watch your storms will rampage Hey, hey, hey! I know what I saw, and I know who you are. Puppets made of bloodshed, perverting sanctity. I'm so sorry, you can't be free, obviously bound by hateful things. You can stand by the words that you say, or pretend that you're not too. On air we're taking over, real time we're losing traction. Outdated ideologies, we know you like for time to freeze. Don't say it's my part to stand by. Don't say it's my part to stand by. Hey! Fighting for what we believe in. We are young and we are bleeding from the wounds that you inflicted. Now it's time to admit you did this. Fighting for what we believe in. We are young and we are bleeding
from the wounds that you inflicted. Now it's time to admit you did this. On air we're taking over. Real time we're losing traction. Outdated ideologies. We know you like for time to freeze. On air we're taking over. Real time we're losing traction. Outdated ideologies. We know you like for time to freeze. I will not regress to the days of hatred, bigotry, and shame. I should know better, should have brain before my name becomes a stain. You know, when I met Daraya, I thought she was the one who needed help. Yeah, this is a horrible thing to say about my own Moirail, but when I met her, I just saw this directionless ball of anger. I wanted to give her a purpose so badly. Dude, that was back when you thought you could change the mind of the fucking Legiscorpus High Council. I was getting to that. Yeah, it turns out I was the one who needed help. Or we both did? Whatever, that's why we're Moirails. Anyway, I thought I could do this shit alone. I didn't know anyone outside of my classes, and it's not like Tagora over there is gonna help me tear down the caste system.
For the right price, I might consider it.
So, I didn't think I really had a choice other than to go at it alone. But Daraya, she knows people. If I was in her place, I would have been glued to the cavern libraries my whole life, but she actually thought to break the rules. She's got friends from all over Outglut, just from showing up to random parties she wasn't invited to. And of course, she knew about the underground music scene. I met Malik the night of the concert Chixie was talking about before, and if I thought Daraya was connected, Malik blew her right out of the water. For the first time in my life, not only was I not alone, but I was actually in a position where I could make a real difference. The first concert the four of us played was to a nearly empty basement. There were like 5 people there, and we sounded terrible.
You sounded terrible.
Shut up, I know. But while we were packing up, I heard someone singing some of our lyrics. Some of our anti-imperialist lyrics. That's when I realized we could become the reason why people choose to fight back. You've watched the world turn to ash since the day that you were born, and kept the cinders in your hands to keep them warm. There ain't no settling, people made of sand. We ain't settlers, fixtures of the land.
And even though it isn't right that other people's problems became your plight,
Tasked with fixing issues that didn't help create.
even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight, and keep on cleaning messes you weren't even there to make. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here, well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere, or you wouldn't still be there. You've been here long enough to know, to the victor goes the prize, but to the stealer goes the gold. There's no surprise. While we don't need many things, we can't take to the grave, we still value things like fair and honest play. And even though it isn't right that other people's problems became your fight, to learn the rules when you won for playing games. Even though it keeps you up at night, there isn't anything to do but stay and fight, 'cause you'd be better served to work when cheats won't take the blame. You never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here, well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere, or you wouldn't still be there. the way things are is not the way they have to be. You can eat disaster or devour fallacies. You can just ignore the awful aftertaste it leaves. You'll have nothing left but the fruits of life to eat. Well, you never wanted all of this, but it's long since been here, well before the lot of us existed. So I'm telling you, we are not beholden to obsolete and olden views. The tried and true ain't going anywhere. If the tried and true was going anywhere. You wouldn't still be there.
For the first time, I felt like I could actually make a difference. For the first time, I had a group of people who were willing to support me in making that difference. Over the past several parodies, I have genuinely considered deserting my ascension. I could do it too. Nothing is stopping me from going into hiding and staying on planet to fight in the shadows. Except that's not true. Something is stopping me. Do any of you out there love someone with every ounce of your body, but you know they'll never be able to love every ounce of you? Do you know how painful it is to have to hide the thing that's most important to you from your partner? I've been with my girlfriend for sweeps now, but every fucking time I try to bring up the band, or a friend in the rebellion, or even something as useless as mild legal reform, I'm shot down. I'm not being safe. I'm jeopardizing my future. I should just keep my head down and ignore the world falling apart around us. Well, you know what, Stelsa? I can't do this anymore. I know we planned on ascending together. I know we planned on creating a life together. But if you can't take all of me, then I'm not gonna bother giving you any of me at all.
You like snow, but only if it's warm. You like rain, but only if it's dry. There's no sentimental value to the rose that fell on the floor. There's no fundamental excuse for the grant that it's taking fun. It's easy not to, so much easier not to. What goes around never comes around to you. Pain, but only if it doesn't hurt too much. Too much. And you sit and you wait to receive. There's an obvious attraction to the path of least resistance in your life. There's an obvious aversion my assistance make you try tonight. It's easy to not to, much easier not to. What goes around never comes around to you.
Apprehensive, naked little trembling boy with his head in his hand.
There's an underestimated and impatient little girl raising her hand. But it's easy not to, so much easier not to. And what goes around never comes around to you. To you. To you. Get up. It's easy. Get up. Not to.
Get up.
Get up. Get up. And what goes around never comes around to you. Get up off of it. Get out. You see not soon enough. So much easier not to get up. And what goes around never comes around to you. Wake up.
Oh, Zizi. I never meant to make you feel like I didn't care about you. I'm just always so worried you'll get culled one day.
I know you are. But I'm not just gonna lie down and let the Empire destroy everything I care about.
All of this is so much for me. But I'd rather live a life of terror with you than any life without you.
And that's how you do a surprise apology interruption.
So that's why the song always felt like it had missing parts in rehearsal.
You planned this whole thing?
Yup. Stelsa's been with us for Parodies. I just thought bringing her into the show would add a little extra drama.
Oh, Zizi, this was so fun. We need to do it again.
All right. No more interruptions.
This is it, huh? This is everyone? Pretty good crowd, I guess.
Dude, what's going on with you? What is it?
It's just... You all know what we're putting on the line here. What you're all putting on the line. Why? Because it gets us some fucking views on GrubTube? That's not why we're here, is it? You're here because you can't live like this anymore. Because you're tired of waiting for the clock to tick down to 0 and Ascension to hit. Because you're tired of this whole fucking system. I spent my whole life watching this shit happen to people. Watching all of my friends eaten alive by the system I've been hatched into. By something none of us ever chose. Because it would have been easy to just sit back and live my life. Being a cerulean isn't bad. There's so many ways you can cheat the system when you're inside it. So many ways you can just sit back and watch. Imprisoned in this world of darkness few have known, a monster lusting blood and the hunger grows. Out on the street, danger's real, killers still at large, a trail of death through the sewers to the underground. I feel their fleeting life draw into my bones, hear the heart that pounds, the blood that flows. Alternia, I damn thee, let me rot into the ground, as the empty veins collapse, cast them down. Living hell, whoa, living hell, whoa, living hell, whoa. I just can't go on in this living hell. This town's one thing everybody knows. Panic in the news, and the terror grows. A tunnel full of filth, escape into the night. Another hole to dwell in the underground. I feel their feet alive, drawing to my bones. Hear the heart that pounds, the blood that flows. Alternia, damn thee, let me rot into the ground. As the empty veins collapse, cast them down. Living hell, whoa, living hell, whoa, living hell, whoa. I just can't go on in this living hell. In this living hell, in this living hell, I feel their fleeting life draw into my bones. Hear the heart that pounds, the blood that flows. Alternia, damn thee, let thee rot into the ground. As the empty veins collapse, cast them down. Living hell, whoa, living hell, whoa, living hell, whoa. I just can't go on in this living hell.
I wanted to do more than just watch. We all did. But so what? What does any of it matter? 4 people against an empire? Fan-fucking-tastic. But we've all got our reasons.
Hey Malik, you never actually told them what your reason is.
Yeah.
You want to talk about our friend? The weird little alien with no name?
Yeah. Robo-Buddy. Little bald dude who came to visit our planet. But, they had this whole thing where they thought they could always make things better. That there was always a way to change the world. And then they disappeared, and, how can we fight something that can just make someone vanish like that? Super fucking depressed, you know?
We've all lost friends to the Empire. Natesbrits, Moirails. It's nothing new. Malik, what did you tell me when you first approached me in the band? Right after your friend disappeared.
I told you that I thought I knew a way to make a difference.
The city's sleeping like a soldier trapped inside of an iron lung. Machines can keep you breathing, but what happens when you find a new war's begun? Flip a switch and turn it off, you won't be able to breathe. So either way you're a casualty. I've got this burning like my veins are filled with nothing but gasoline. And with the spark it's gonna be the biggest fire they've ever seen. Cut me down or let me run, either way it's all gonna burn. The only way that they'll ever learn. We gotta turn it off. Flip a switch. Light up the night. There is a city that this darkness can't hide. There are the embers of a fire that's gone up, but I can still feel the heat on my skin. This mess we're in, well, you and I. Maybe you and I. We can still make it right. Maybe we can bring back the lights. At the heart of the moon, there is a building that looks down over all there is. The man in the mansion controls it all without raising a single fist. It's like they gathered up the world, they sold it to the devil, and now it's gone to hell and they wonder how. Well, a friend once told me men they would follow any man who would turn the wheels. Now the wheels are spinning out of control. What would they do if we held them still? You destroy the working parts, what you'll get is a broken machine. A beacon of light from a burning screen. Light it up. Light up the night. There is a city that this darkness can't hide. There are the embers of a fire that's gone out, but I can still feel the heat on my skin. This mess we're in with you and I. Maybe you and I, we can light up the night. Light up the night. There's a city that this darkness can't hide. There are the embers of the fire's gone out, but I can still feel the heat on my skin. This mess we're in, will you and I, maybe you and I, we can light up the night. There is a city that this darkness can't hide. There is a fire that will burn through the streets of the city, and we'll stand in the light, we will stand in the light, you and I. Yeah, you and I, we can bring back the light.
Look out there. Look at all of those people. More and more of you come out to every show. Every time we perform, it's 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 new faces in the audience.
We're all a part of this. And so are they. They're here for us. But they're here for themselves too. Here because they know shit's fucked.
At our first practice, you said you didn't want to lead this. You said that there shouldn't be one leader. That it should be about everyone.
It's been Parody's now. But we've got a plan. And now, it's time to go.
I've been talking to the lowbloods who come out to my shows. The folks who get treated like our blood's the color of rust and corrosion. The people who are everywhere, but no one sees us. The laborers and the servants and the faceless heart of the Empire.
I've been connecting with other caverns, with all the Jade Bloods I can. You'd be amazed at how many people inside this place are sick of what we have to do. It turns their fucking guts, having to cull grubs and get wrigglers ready to go out into a world that'll eat them alive. I spent sweeps learning about the system. There's other people inside the system that hate it just as much as I do. Legislacrators and auto-terrorizers who want to do something, but they don't know what. Well, we're gonna give them a way to make a difference.
We've got people that know the Empire inside and out. People who want to reach inside and gut this whole messed up system. People waiting for the chance to act. All they need is someone to rally them. To give them the support they need to act. To light that match and burn the Empire to the ground.
We're blinded underground, no room to make a sound.
Just open your eyes.
We're all tight tonight. It's time we became unbound. You can't tell me what to say, you can't tell me what to do, I'm telling you. Got my own desires with a future, it's free, you see, you know that it's true.
We're blinded in the dark. It's time we made a spark. Can't tell me right from wrong when it comes along with the Empire's trademark.
You can't tell me.
Keep your head down, keep your mind straight.
Now you see me, soon we'll be free. Keep your head down, keep your eyes forward, keep your mind blank, keep on work hard, keep your head down, keep your eyes forward. There's no future you can work towards. but we'll never stop. We see the people here, the ones who shut below.
We've opened our eyes.
The ones still blinded soon will see what they should know. You can't tell us what to say, you can't tell us what to do, we're telling you. Just look outside, the future will be a place where we can be true. We see the queen up there, so high atop her throne. But soon this condescension will have to atone. You can't tell me. Keep your eyes shut, keep your mind clear, look right at me. This is not how it's supposed to be. You can't stop us, you can't beat us. We won't let the drums